It's your boy TheOneJP on TheOneJPtv. Man, special request, man. Somebody asked me what brought me to Austin. And I'm gonna tell you a little story what brought me to Austin and why I'm here. Man, I'm a rapper. Alright? Grew up listening to everybody's favorites, all your favorites, you know who they are, you know what I'm saying? I can go down the fucking list forever. You know, from Ice-T to Big Daddy Kane, you know what I'm saying? To KRS-One to Coogee Rap, you know what I'm saying? From 2 Live Crew to Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? From Alcoholics to Exhibit, you know what I'm saying? I could just continue, man. I'm a fucking history book of this shit, right? You know, to all the way up to today, to Moneybagg Yo and Lil Baby, right? To The Baby, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm an encyclopedia of this fucking shit, so right. And I wanted to get in the game so bad. And growing up in Jackson, Mississippi, where it's a desolate land, you know what I'm saying? It's a every man for his goddamn self, and it's the hunter's haven, you know what I'm saying? The werewolf capital of the world, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is harping on everybody, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody safe in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Partners turning on partners. That's Jacktown. You know, that's why I dubbed it that long time ago, Jacktown, because a nigga will jack you in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? And the reason they call it Jacktown, I call it Jacktown, is number one, the city is Jackson, you know, and I just chopped off the sun and just put town on it, give it a little harder edge, because I felt like, okay, Jacktown is a crossroads city. Okay, it's the crossroads between Memphis and New Orleans, all the way from Dallas, and the other way from Dallas to Atlanta. And Jacktown sit right in the middle. It crossroads all those 4 cities. All right. Now, when you really think about it, you really want to stretch it out, you can take it all the way to Chicago, to New Orleans, and you can take that shit to LA, to goddamn South Carolina somewhere, right? Jacktown is a crossroads city. So I felt, okay, it's a crossroads city, so it's like a free-for-all, and it's not really a hip-hop scene. The people more into blues, southern soul, and karaoke. Those are the top 3 things they doing down there, right? Now, there's some rappers down there, don't get me wrong. There's some DJs down there, don't get me wrong, that love this hip-hop shit and put their heart and soul in this shit, like myself. Don't get me wrong, it's those. But when I was coming up, it wasn't a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? And so I decided, I said, shit, the only way I'm gonna make my shit pop is I gotta move to another city. All right. And at the time, ATL was on my mind. All right. Because, you know, ATL was making moves, Outkast and Goody Mob. You know, niggas was making noise down there. Shit, all the way down to MC Shy D and Pastor Troy. Them niggas was making noise. I said, shit, Georgia trying to do it. So I said to, you know, the niggas I was fucking with at the time, man, we need to move to Atlanta. Well, them niggas over time, them niggas just fell off anyway because they ain't want to do it no more. So me, in my mind, I was thinking, shit, I'm finna move to Atlanta. All right? So at the time, I met this chick, you know, and we hit it off, really. You know, she was in college. She was getting ready to graduate, get her summa cum laude in accounting. And I was like, shit, you just what I need in my life, right? So I took on her. You know, and I just went serious with her, right? And at the time, she wanted to move to Houston. So I was like, damn, do I want to move to Atlanta? Or do I want to stay with this female and go to Houston, right? And see, I got family in Houston, so I felt like, okay, I can stay with family, and she staying with her cousin anyway. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna make Houston the move, you know, and against everything I was thinking about at the time, my whole plan changed because I saw more potential with me moving to Texas and dealing with this educated woman was a better deal than going to Atlanta, you know, and getting my crib and whatever, starting like that, right? I just felt that was the move. And plus, Houston was jumping, you know. Houston was jumping all the way since the Ghetto Boy. Lil Flip was already bumping when I got there. Fat Pat and Paul Wall and Swisher House and Chameleon, they was all jumping. And at that time, when I first got there, it was Suave House and Rap-A-Lot just doing their thing. You know, Tila, shout out to Tila. Big Mike, the Convicts, all them niggas over there at Draper's label. Big Time Records was down there. Who else was going off? Them niggas was just doing it, man. Houston was making moves too. And I was like, shit, man, I'd rather go to Houston. And the thing about it, when I got to Houston, I was blown away. You know, because, you know, the country boy come from Jacktown, man. I was expecting Houston to be a nice city, but not as nice as when I got there, man. It was so player. Houston, I'm gonna tell you something. This is why rappers, you hear rappers like Slim Thug and Paul Wall, Chameleon now, and Bun B and UGK. They really had this real pimpish swag to them, right? That's coming from the damn atmosphere that's in Houston. Houston is such a player-ass atmosphere. Let me just say that. Houston is like that city that, man, it'll inspire you. You know, like Jay-Z talking about some New York and shit. Houston will inspire you, man. It's that kind of city. But the downfall to Houston that I had to experience was the flooding. It flooded twice when I was there. It flooded I was staying with my brother at the time. Rest in peace to my nigga Dijon Duplay. I was staying with him at the time, and he was doing his trucking thing, and I was getting my hustle on, you know, doing various things. And at the time, I had a 74 Donk Impala, and he had an RX-7, right? One of them old school RX-7s. And it flooded. The first year I was there, it flooded, and it took his car. It just, water was all the way up to the window. And we were staying over there on Foundry in Westheim, if you know the area, Southwest. And so it took his car. I was like, damn. And at the time, you know, it would have took mine, but I had ended up spending the weekend with my girl at her apartment, and I took my car with me. My shit would have been flooded too. But this is what happened. The very next year, the motherfucking rain came again. And it flooded my car to the point where it got up to the floorboard. The water was in on the floor. It wasn't all the way up to the windows. But it was still soaked in the floor. Man, I was mad as fuck, dog. I had to sell that car. Ended up selling it to these niggas, right? And so I said to myself, I must be cursed living here in Houston, because no sooner than I get here, this motherfucker flooded me out twice. I'm talking about the first 2 years that I lived in Houston. It flooded. And I said, damn, I might need to get out of Houston. And at the time, my grandmother passed away, and I had to go take care of some stuff back in Mississippi for her estate, right? And so, during that time, my gal, she moved to Austin. And she called me one day. We were still together. It was a slight long distance relationship, not too long. But she was like, you need to come to Austin and check out Austin, you know? And because from what I heard, it's the live music capital of the world. I was like, oh shit. And so I said, yeah, I'll come out there and check it out. Man, I came to Austin, and I got that same vibe that I got when I was in Houston. Like, damn, you know, it's like, it's so much potential, that things that I can get done living in this motherfucker too. So I said, fuck it, I'm coming. So at the time, I had a condo back in Jacktown, and I had another Impala back there. I sold that. I sold the Impala when I got here, but I got out of the condo, closed that down, came out here. I went ahead and moved in with my gal, and the rest is history, man. And I've been so in love with this city. You know what I'm saying? Because what I figured out, I said, okay, if Houston is like that and Austin is like that, then all of Texas is like that. You know, these motherfuckers out here, they have aspirations. They, you know, when they say everything big in Texas, they mean that shit. They really do. They go big, man. They go hard. And I love that shit. That's what I love about Texas. And you know, I feel like I moved from one capital city to another capital city, you know, doing a double dribble up in this motherfucker, right? Loving this shit. And that's what brought me to Austin. The music and the vibe. I said, damn. And then during that time when I got here, you know, it wasn't that many roads at all. You know, I watched all these fucking highways get built. And that's an ironic blessing right there, because I'm like, damn, I grew with this motherfucking city. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was already jumping off, but the roads were kind of tight. They cut open these roads and open these motherfuckers up even more. You know what I'm saying? So Austin is trying to be a slick metropolitan. You know what I'm saying? Which is player. You know, ATX, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Texas, man. I love y'all. I ain't never leaving. I'ma bury my ass in this state. You understand? I love Mississippi. Shout out to all my niggas down there in Jacktown. But I gotta give props to the state that's feeding me, you know, and breeding me. You know what I'm saying? Much love. It's your boy, TheOneJP on TheOneJPtv.